Hey there.
Hey, Lucy, is it you? Is that you?
Yeah, I'm gonna actually transfer. I'm still recovering from surgery. I gotta
Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Sorry to hear that. Are you okay? I hope you.
I have a I have a post-op infection, so I'm gonna need to I'm gonna make you the host and drop
Sure,
off.
sure. Take care. Take care.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, Ved,
Hello, am I audible?
you
Hi,
are, sir.
Rahul.
Hello, hello, hello. Oh, I just saw your mail.
Uh,
No, not mail, sorry, the Slack message. So I was going
yeah,
through this and trying to understand. So the score, I had seen this in the before. So okay, I guess we are all set. Let's see if we can have people folks joining in. Gaurav is here. He's one of ours. So
And
hello, hello, hello.
Hello, everyone. I'm
Hello,
glad we
sir.
got started on time this time. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks to Lucy. I don't know why I'm not able to start the meeting, man. I need to figure that out.
Yeah. Okay. All usual suspects. Now like Equinox
A
folks.
few more minutes, I guess.
So Byong is not going to join. I know that.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So he said he's in DNTF meeting today. The not meeting conference. There is a DNTF conference, right? Like in Budapest.
Hmm. Oh, the Budapest one. Oh, he's gone there. Okay.
Yeah, he's there. So
Rahul,
Yeah, and
yeah.
we are getting presented there by
Oh,
one
really?
point-based guy. Yeah.
Who's presenting us?
Point-based French MSc
Oh,
speaking.
oh, nice.
So that is the same issue which issuer fixed on. There was some hiccups there, but now resolved.
Okay, cool. We are
this is
actively
the
testing this. So okay. I can't talk about anything else. Uh, let's talk about that later. In Budapest, is there any other presentation happening? I saw everyone should watch the video from John and Wim. Bala sent the link on the YouTube link, right? That gives a very good idea about what the overall high level architecture of Nephew is, right? Like it explains the Kubernetes design rational versus KRM design rational as vis-a-vis a Nephew. Like that's where. So let me just see if I can find the link and pop it
this is
here.
the KubeCon presentation.
The KubeCon presentation. Yes, we didn't had access to it, right? Like
Yeah.
we yeah. So I'm going to push it to the uh, chat here. Here we go.
Is it a new approach for automating telecom?
Yeah, a new approach for automating telco workloads. Yes, this was in KubeCon last week. Okay, we are 4 minutes into the call. I would still like to go ahead and present the slides that we have embarked on, some of the work items that we have embarked on, right? Like so this is what we found. Basically, it would be great to actually get some feedback. So OpenSSF score and OpenSSF badge. This is something that that we have, and I think this is where Ved has already pushed some reports, right? Like those reports will come into play. The question now is, we should be sending the pull request to the individual repositories. In yesterday's SIG release meeting, we had a discussion as to, so currently, most of the Nephew's repos or projects are making use of PROW. And we don't see any GitHub actions, right, anywhere being made of, being explicitly stated. So I asked the team whether it would be okay to make use of GitHub actions or GitHub workflows in some cases where we have predefined workflows in place from the marketplace. So they said there was no objection as such, even though I felt that there was a natural inclination towards making use of PROW itself, but there was no big this thing. So what we can do is we can just raise the pull request and see if we can get some feedback on the pull request itself, right? Maybe that would be the right way to go.
Yeah, sure. Like GitHub Actions, pull request will be useful for the Nephew project and the API repo. And I think it's a good practice to make sure that all the checks are passing in compliance with the security rules of the repo.
Okay.
And also, I have shared the CLO monitor scores as well on the Slack channel, if you have a look.
Yeah, I saw it. But like, like those reports are going to get forgotten, right? Like unless and until we have a pull request, we can't have a meaningful discussion. So at least once we have the pull request, and the aim is to get it in time for R2, because review itself will take few weeks, right? At least, and this is something new for the team as well. So maybe they'll take few weeks at least to review. So it would be better if we can have the pull request in place, maybe if possible by the end of this week. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Cool. And the other point was, I should have checked this with Lucy, but Lucy was not feeling so great, so I didn't extend the discussion. We need access to the OpenSSF portal. I think now would be too early to ask that access, I believe. But once the elections are done, we can ask for that access, right? Or maybe Raj, you can get the access. Because we'll have to respond back to some of these questions that are usually asked on OpenSSF portal.
So what is the kind of access we need?
So I'll just show you. I'm sharing my screen, right?
Yeah, yes, you are.
Yeah, so OpenSSF has a best practices badge program. So okay, let me see if I can see. Okay, so I think we should have CubeArmor here. So okay, so this CubeArmor, since I'm the owner of it, I have I can make changes. I can respond back to the statements and all that. But for Nephew, Lucy is the owner, and we have 36% score here, right? Like this is too less,
Okay.
too low of a score. 115% it seems. Okay, so this is too. It is this is above 100%, but I don't know why it is above 100%. But basically, these are all the questions that are asked, right? Like if you look at this, these are all the questions that are asked, and you have to explain, whether you're okay, you have done something within your project repository to handle these problems, these issues, and things like that. So all these are objective assessments. I think there are two aspects. Yeah. Something, Varun?
Quick point that like Tony explained it last time, right? Like the 100% score is the minimum requirement, and then there are suggested points, like suggested set of rules, which are like that 15% is basically part of the silver badging now. So now, if you score more than 100% in silver, then you get to the gold badging. More than 100% in gold, This not platinum yet,
Right,
but
right.
there will be platinum in future.
Right.
Oh,
So that brings us to another topic. So uh, Tony presented last week about this OpenSSF patch. I was hoping Buyung will be in call, but looks like he's not. So we'll push this to the Slack as well. The point being that there are two things. One is the scorecard, and another is the OpenSSF patch, and both of these two things are very different things. Scorecard is the objective assessment, which means that it gets integrated with your project and gives you an actual score. And badge is something which is an subjective evaluation, in the sense that you get asked certain questions, and based on your projects, you respond to that question manually, and then it depends that then the score is evaluated there, and then you get a score out of it, right? So these are the two different things. So we need a scorecard, and based on what we see, for OSSF badge, we have 36% coverage, and for OSSF score, what is it with? It is 4.7, right? Out of 10.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is the current situation. This is something. Both of these things can be integrated with the project, in the sense that, if you look at, you can have badge for both of them. So if you look here, you have OpenSSF best practices badge, which says passing. You have OpenSSF scorecard, which gives you the actual score. And then there is one more thing, right? There was CLO monitor. Yeah, CLO monitor is yet another thing. This is also a CNCF initiative. I don't know whether we don't see Nephew as part of this as of now, but this is another good thing that can be practiced as part of any project which is security conscious. Hey, is there anyone who can look into Clo Monitor and check whether Nephew? So is Ved, you have already looked, right? Nephew is not part of this, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like
Nephew is not part of the CLO monitor.
Okay, so you basically downloaded the tooling and then use those tooling on the project.
Yeah, I
right?
have used the local CLI command line utility to calculate the scores of the
Yeah.
API repo and the Nephew project.
Cool. And what is the score for CLO monitor that we're getting?
Just a second, I am looking. Okay, so
Usually it is in 0 to 100, right?
it's the score of the Nephew project is 31 actually, and the
31. So
passing score is 75 actually.
correct. For passing is
Oh.
75%. Correct. Yeah.
And for the API repo, we have a score of 28 for the CLO monitor.
Oh, this is for Nephew repo.
Yeah, for Nephew repo, the Nephew project and the API repo under the umbrella of Nephew.
28%. Huh?
Yeah. 20% for the API one, and the Nephew project is having 31%.
Is this correct?
Just a second. Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. And these are the two primary repos that we are thinking of targeting. Yeah, Barun, do you have a question?
Yeah, quick point that we can add Nephew to Clo Monitor. I shared a link in chat where they have the data configuration which is synced in their cloud backend, but it is categorized under CNCF and LF data and AI. I'm not sure under which organization would.
Okay.
Nephew
Hey, who can ask about this on the Slack channel? We might need some support from LFN, right? Like let's prepare a set of questions for LFN this thing, right? LFN has a security committee. I don't know if it is a security committee or some different name. CLO monitor access. A open source tooling, licensed security tooling access. like sneak and what is it? FOSA. FOSA might not be required, right? No, FOSA might be required for security scans. Okay. Any other question that we might want to take back to the LS1 team? I think there was one here as well, right? Yeah, no, there's no point here. Hey, there were I remember seeing the guidelines from LFN team somewhere, but I couldn't recall where it was. LFN security guidelines. There was a document somewhere which talked about what are the guidelines from the LFN team.
I think it's in the wiki, right? Yeah, Rahul?
I couldn't find it. Our wiki is practically blank, right? I was
No, I
trying.
mean the general FAO wiki.
No, Nephew wiki, right? Okay, let me just go to the Nephew wiki. Yeah. Yeah. This one.
Yeah.
But it's practically blank. Here, charter.
What the Google Drive? I think the security Google Drive, the one which Lucy created.
This is PCERT. License security automation. Whose slide deck is this? This is we had prepared the slide deck, right? You have uploaded, which means this
Right.
is,
Yeah, all of them.
no, I don't think we have anything here.
Okay. I thought I saw it.
What's on there? I don't see it, but I remember seeing it somewhere. Someone had shared it.
I think it was Lucy who had shared it.
It's for guidelines from LFN. Security.
Found the drive, Rahul, if you can open the
Okay.
security assessment framework, risk assessment template, and Linux Foundation.
Yeah, this is exactly the point. Yeah. Where did you get this one? Let's push this to
All of those actually. Now all the files there. Should put it in that other one.
Yeah, let's push it to the okay. Okay, so let's prepare towards this as well explicitly, you know. LFN recommendations. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll go if you have access to this, please go through this document, and if you find anything specific that we need to cover right here, maybe we can bring it to the list. Network security, endpoint security, all of this is great. Patch management policies, testing, application security. Okay. So what we should do is we should map execution items to the above framework. Map WG, no, not WG, SIG execution items to the above framework. That is what we should do. Okay. Initially, we are planning to target these two repos. We create a rule for all the non-compliant rules. I think let's hold on for creating this issue. Actually, it does not hurt to create an issue, right? At least on one project. So once we raise the pull request, right? Like we should create an issue for OpenSSF scorecard. And that in that issue, we should edit all the uncompliant points. And then we raise a pull request to get the scorecard, right? These two things we should do. And our scorecard pull request should map to the same issue. should link to the same issue. I think that's the way to do it. So Ved, you are free to actually create an issue, or rather create a pull request. If you want to create an issue as well,
Yeah.
that will.
Okay, so I'll list it down the points which we have to make sure to be in compliance with the Napier project, and I'll be creating an issue with all the required checks that we should be having in our Napier project, and
Okay.
I'll be raising a PR.
Okay.
But like in some cases, I'll be requiring help from Napier side. So
Yeah. Like what kind of help would you require? And that's the discussion
Like,
that should be happen in the pull request itself.
Once I get started with the pull request and working, and if I face some issue that will be resolved by the Napier team only, then I'll be surely pinging.
Yeah. Obviously, there will be because we might require you'll have to push in the secrets token.
Yeah, with some of the
Hardware.
secrets we have to require from the Napier side, which only Napier team can provide us. So
Yeah, I think these are the things that we should bring to the, I don't know, to SIG release or SIG automation. I'm not sure which team we should be bringing this. I think SIG automation is different. SIG release, I think we should bring this to.
I guess SIG release should handle this.
So maybe that is another maybe SIG meeting that so some of us should be joining. I joined yesterday.
So I guess we have to take those folks also into the loop of this project. So we can schedule a call maybe next week. I'll be creating a PR. So if I face some issue, we can have a.
Yeah. Next week, you can assume that there will be a lot less activity, man.
Okay.
Because of Thanksgiving. But pull request and all these are asynchronous, this thing, right? Like, I'm just worried that for the meeting, people might not turn up. There was already a discussion yesterday on the SIG release that next week's meeting might be a problem. It might be a challenge. So we have some time basically, but the pull request goes in. Some of the folks might be better off enjoying their holidays, reviewing the pull request, right?
Yeah, you're right. Like some of the folks are not that
Thanksgiving
much.
gift from Ved.
Thanksgiving gift from Ved.
Welcome.
Okay, cool. Hey, one more thing. Is it possible for someone to take up, understanding of Napier project and having some discussions within this team as to high level design and all that? Because as a SIG security group, right, we are very early in understanding that Napier's design itself, and we have low competency on Napier itself, right? Like, and that is one of the concerns that this group has. So how do we build on that? So maybe wait, go ahead.
Yeah, so according to my understanding of the Napier project, it's basically a intent-based automation tool, and it mainly focuses on the edge computing and to deploy the network functions with all the required parameters, which the normal user have to think for a while, and they have to waste their time in searching out the required parameters, what should be in place to make a network function work as expected, and what parameters should one put up in the network functions or the other intent-based tools. So Napier smartly analyzes the use case and create those parameters and deploys on the edge computers so that the like data processing can be done in IoT devices real quick. That's my understanding. If I'm wrong, you can correct me.
No, that is the right understanding. With so that's a high level understanding that we all have, right? Like,
Yeah.
So the intention is to actually dig deeper, understand what are the resources, how does it actually operate, what is package variant set, and that is where I was saying that yesterday's last week's presentation from John and Wim might be helpful. Yes. So that is something that if you we will eventually.
Yeah, we should have a lower level understanding of the project so that we can like integrate the required tools which may be used for the NIF in the future, in compliance with the SIG security
True.
point of view.
True. I guess that's about it. We might have to redo this discussion or rehab this discussion. I don't know what is the word.
Like like we should first of all focus on the lower level design understanding of the tool. Only then we will be able to like enhance the NIF project according to the SIG security by the SIG security team, I guess. Without understanding, it might be very
We
difficult
will have
for
to
us.
work very closely with the SIG release team. I think that is another point of contact that we should closely.
If that is the case, I think in the Slack channel, right? I mean, you should create a, I don't know, common Slack thread between the two teams.
Yeah.
to
No.
have a-
There is no, there are two channels, right? Like, let's not have third channel and expect people to join that, right? The point is, if we have any questions, we ask the question on a SIG release.
Okay. Yeah,
That's
that's fine.
I
Yeah,
think
but-
what we were planning to do, right? Like first creating the issue list based on scorecards from OSSF and CLO monitor. Then we can actually point out that, okay, it'll prioritize the action items based on the scorecard. Like high priority would be image signing probably. So take that action item, create a release on SIG automation, like create a issue on
request.
individual and ask
Other
the
post.
SIG release, how can we do this? Either we take it up or someone from the SIG, specific SIG would take it up.
Yeah, we'll have to bring it to their notice because all of these things require some changes in the core infrastructure.
So having the issue first itself is important, right? For
Yeah. And that can and I mean the current scorecard that we have, that could be a good beginning point. Yeah. Wait.
Yeah, so basically what all we have to do is first of all focus on creating an issue and discuss with the different SIG teams to like solve these issues of the scorecard and make the score at least passing for all the tools.
Okay. Yep.
That's my point of view. I guess we should sync up with the SIG release and SIG automation team too. We'll be requiring help from their side as well in future, I guess.
Totally. Okay. I was just going through the report. Yeah, this is pretty easy to understand actually. Okay. Any other points? Okay, so the action items are twofold, right? Just two folds. Create an issue, raise the pull request. Create an issue, create an issue by explicitly stating the action items so that people are clear as to what to expect out of it, right? So let's try only OpenSSF first, and then go for CLO monitor.
Like I guess we should include all those points which are failing in OpenSSF checks, and we should be creating a several PRs to target those checkpoints, and we should mark them as checked one by one.
Correct. All the action items should be clearly marked, right? And then once each of those tasks are finished, then we should get the coverage. Correct.
Yeah, got.
A quick question: is Anurag also from Equinox?
Yes. Okay. I guess that's all I have. Anything else, folks? It's a good starting point.
Yeah, there's there's nothing to discuss or anything about, like, but one thing, like we have to create an issue in such a way that new folks can understand what a particular check means, and by pasting the particular link, what this check mean to the project, and how can we make this check pass, and what are the required dependencies, or what are the required coding tasks we have to do in according to the check to make it pass.
No, but that is already part of the OpenSSF tooling itself, right? Like it gives you a hyperlink to show you.
Yeah, I can hyperlink that.
Correct.
I'll create an
Let's
issue.
just have that hyperlink as well. Yeah, so that if anyone who wants to understand.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome then. Okay. I guess that's about it, right? Anything
Well,
else?
just quick point. I think the scope of work, do we need to prepare? Because you earlier laid out the end-to-end, what we need to do from the Nefio point of view, security point of view. So as a checklist, do we need to prepare the scope of work and
Yes.
what are the things we have to do?
Yeah. I feel it is needed, and this is the today's slide deck, right? Is a step in that direction. That's the first. Like if you look at it, we have some action items, right? Like so other points. What is it that we take up next? Is something that we might want to push some high level topics to the user. In fact, I would like to see threat modeling as well. Threat modeling to be done. Formal threat modeling to be done as well before we can start laying out all the other aspects. This came up, I think, in one of the initial TSC discussion. But yeah, so the point is that we can lay out all the points, and anyone who's still willing to take up the ownership, we can form independent working groups. That's I guess how most of the other SIGs are working, and that's how we should operate as well.
Got it. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, if there's nothing else, then we can close the call. I don't know, Raj, so we'll take a shout out on the Slack maybe about the next week's meeting.
Yeah.
Even
And
if one or two
then,
people, let's have it anyways. Even if one or two people join,
probably one of the things which will be helpful also is to send this agenda for the next week's meeting, so that people who are interested will be able to join. And then also this slide deck that you just prepared, and that way everybody can see it, and all the interested parties can join.
Totally. Yeah. So, let me share the slide deck that was discussed today on the Slack channel anyways, so that
and you can maybe in the slide deck itself agenda for next week or something add.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Okay.
And if you want to mention about forming working groups, and if people are interested.
No, that should happen only once the chair and vice chair are announced, because working group requires ownership to be announced and all that, right? So I feel let's wait.
Okay.
That's just one more week, right?
That's fine.
Yeah. So let's just wait. Okay.
All right. Wonderful.
Okay. Thank you, folks.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.